scene here that makes sense for Mouse to do this.
Bearing in mind,
really
those three players that have come across from Penta are in the Legends still. They got themselves into that top 8 by hook or by crook in Katowice, so therefore they have automatically qualified for the next major. Mousesports themselves did not get there. They didn't get through the qualifiers. They have a long way to go to match what Penta have done in the scene.
And I'm kind of looking forward to the backlash after this. Imagine if Penta now win this game as well.
I know, right?
And there's a really solid chance of that happening in a way just because of the fact it's so random. You're basically playing a mix right now almost for Penta, which can be just as dangerous because, you know, how do you counter a mix? You can't. You could know the individual players, you know the maps, you know how it plays out. All of that's obviously a factor. But it's still essentially, you know, Team X against Team Y. It kind of gets negated. So this is the first showing from Mousesports with this new lineup that they want to be running with. But I don't know. This is this could be dangerous for both, you know? Like, Mousesports win it, great, but then, you know, publicly said how much did Penta then bring out? Like, you know, these guys were like this, you know, all that stuff kind of gets brought up. But then, if you know, I almost want Penta to win just for the sake of it being so brilliant. The fact that then, you know, they'd have to lose out on, you know, 3 players odd, have to, you know, pull together this lineup, a good lineup. You know, Tabson and Trubley, they're great, and Stavros as well. They're absolutely fantastic. There's no denying that, but this is quite difficult.
Yeah, and also, you know, the fact that literally Crystal is that one remaining man that's still in there, because NKJ was in there, he's no longer on the team. Obviously, Dennis Spiddy next, now on Mousesports. It's going to be interesting to see how they meld in there. Trubley did come into Katowice, and he then left, and he's back on again.
But regardless, I believe we are live into the pistol, so let's turn our attention towards what's going down right now. Already, it looks like the Mousesports side are heading over towards the A-bomb site.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to get Chris J. He's going to come straight around. He's got 2-round truck. I'm not too sure if he's expecting both of them. He gets one. Will he get the second? Crystal tries to get everything but the headshot that he was after. And Crystal will manage to shut him down. Spiddy trying to find towards the bomb. He is the one man in there. Not going to work out. Godby gets himself, picks him up the bomb, but he's going to try and come up.
Bombs not being defused
Speedway.
yet.
He is still not, he's kept them away from it. He can try to stick it. Oh, he's so close to actually getting him. Just literally throwing bodies in front of it to stop the defuse. But Penta do get themselves the first pistol. Can we see what Dignitas just did? Who knows? Penta, though, it's going to mean a lot for them, I feel, that pistol round will do.
It'll do wonders. So as you began doing with Mousesports, I'm going to continue on with Penta, kind of take you through the current lineup, I guess, that we can call it for now. I don't know how long it's staying around. Stavros, Crystal, Trubley, Tabson, and Strux. Great players, individually very strong, and I think this is what it's going to come down to, just kind of like who wins the 1v1s, who wins their gunfights, and maybe who can kind of cobble together and execute, maybe? And
also, you know, like while we've talked about the 3 going to Mouse, Tabson's come the other way. He used to be on Mouse, and now he's on Penta. It's a real weird mismatch.
He knows what's going on.
It's like the Danish scene all over again. It's like they merge in between teams. The Germans tend to do the same thing. Tabson, the man just talking about, it's about to get busy, actually. He's got an M4 early on here, and he does. Oh, he got tagged straight down to 2 hit points. Does get Godby down, but immediately is dropped. Trubley picks himself a double triple through there. Beautifully done. And Spiddy, the only man standing, he's going to try and drop through vents. No, he's going to stick around. They know exactly where he is. He's not really going to do a great deal with this one. Bomb loose in B.
And there we go. 2 rounds back-to-back. Penta looking pretty good so far. Just, I don't want to read into it too early. Like, Trubley then getting that triple against the team who probably, you know, just like, knocked aside. That probably felt pretty good. But this is going to be the theme of today is, you know, how much can you read into Mousesports' new lineup? Not a lot, because they've just been thrown together. Yeah. You know, these guys haven't had a chance to practice together. As simple as that. They came out of, you know, the ESL Meisterschaft, and they had that previous lineup. So there hasn't been a training, you know, session in the making. So you can't read too much into anything. It would be a great thing in theory to see.
Well, I mean, you got to wonder, obviously, with the Meisterschaft happening, but you assume, obviously, when these transfers take place, this is pre-planned. So they will have played, you know, scrims together, but at what certain level, who knows? Maybe they're just going on to an online challenge, who knows? Chris J taking a little peek around there. We already saw Dennis going down. That was gunned down by Stavros, who has got himself a Stavy. So maybe going a bit scouse on us there, but Spiddy is going to find one in mid. Stavros did manage to get Godby down. That flash is going to work wonders, but Tabson already picked up the kill in mid.
And Stavros picking up 2 with the SMG is even more important. The money he gets off the back of that is really good. And it doesn't really matter that he went down because he'd have to rebuy anyway next round. Just, you know, the addition of armor and nades, I guess. So Tabson closes out. 3 clean rounds for Penta coming in to begin this one off with. And I think the big round is now, basically. This is the one, you know, the buy up here. What can they get going? We'll be seeing the AWP being passed off on towards Crystal. Stavros able to switch up to that M4 as well. So everyone is comfortable. CT side have a good bit of money to fall back on. Nothing fantastic, but enough. And the T side, no AWP just yet for Chris J, but he's got the AK.
Yeah, Nex also pretty low as well as God B. Nobody, just a single flash for Nex, nothing for God B. So just about getting themselves a buy-in there on the fourth round, sorry. tabseN seeing that Tracerfire come through the smoke with God B, not going to find anything from it. Stavros has been taken down though, up through Squeaky, pushed aggressive there, and Nex found him.
Yeah, and I love the little position Chris J's in. It's a little cheeky. It's something that I saw actually Fnatic doing a boost with as well, and when they put him above him. But you can already see Chris J, they're trying to support God B out in mid, going to flash him out there, allow God B to get towards those vents. But however, tabseN's ready and waiting, and there's nothing that Chris J could have done because he was just around that corner.
And the irony is, you know, your ex-teammate is like, oh, you're going to flash him out, I know what you're doing. I know exactly where you're going. tabseN's ready and waiting to receive, and it works out well for him. I just wonder how much of these tactics they're going to have to adjust against former players like that. Dennis, he's been mollied out. Crystal's managed to take down Nex. Nex, of course, got that first frag on Stavros in Squeaky, so they know he was coming eventually. Crystal gets tagged up, but gets a glimpse of two of them at main there. He's going to call for backup, and it's already coming, but not before he gets burnt out by Chris J. Strux does get himself a double, and Speedy now all alone, making his way up Speedway. But they were already got him clocked. They were already pushing on him from Toxic, and that's going to be Strux getting himself a triple.
I'm in the Penta corner, I've got to say it. I'm really in the Penta corner here, so I'm kind of hoping they do well for themselves and they keep this going, because Mousesports are going to be absolutely livid if they lose this as well. You know they'll probably like put out a nice little statement afterwards. You know, congrats to the Penta guys.
Yeah.
But it's going to annoy them.
Oh, it's definitely.
We're going to see the Tech-9 buy up, so nothing to be too expected. I'm hoping the double smoke into mid comes out and they do like that split towards B, so pushing God B and Speedy through those vents. It's something that actually I saw Fox doing originally, and the Portuguese team right now, and that's what they're doing.
Kick.
However, yeah, it was with Kick. Doesn't really matter at the moment. It's a well-read tactic, and tabseN just positioned himself perfectly to receive it, just dancing one between the other, and may even follow up with the last, as he does, claiming 4 and just dealing with Mousesports one by one. And I really like that play from Mousesports, but they just, you know, once you see that double smoke, you can kind of assume a little into it.
How ironic, tabseN leading the charge. The first to hit double figures, 10 kills already in 5 rounds against his former team. I
think someone's got a point to prove.
The one that was replaced.
I think he's got a point to prove, and he's certainly doing so, considering Dennis and God B are yet to get a kill on the board. Yeah, they're on the T side. Yeah, they're only a couple of rounds in. It's nothing to be too upset with just yet, but you want to get something going. Otherwise, you know, people start asking questions. You start feeling bad about your performance. It's a mental game at this point. But look at that stack towards the vents as well. 3 players very close towards those vents. tabseN there, I think Crystal and Troubley, and tabseN managed to find God B, and that's already a big presence down.
Yeah, straight away. Cut the man down. The in-game leader for Mousesports. Read like a book by tabseN once again. In the right place at the right time. 5-0 for Penta. We saw Dignitas build up an incredible lead over Titan in the previous matchup here on Cash. They've gone on to win that one. Crystal lands the shot on Speedy. Tries to slow things down. Crystal gets a second as they drop through vents. Chris J does get one, but not before Troubley answers. Chris J trying to push on round, gets a second, but he's stopped in his tracks by tabseN once again. He gets himself another double on the board and continues to stretch his frag lead. 6-0 for Penta. This was not in the rule book for Mousesports when they made this announcement, when they've been working for these transfers all day long.
Kind of enjoying it. Mousesports down to a bit of a shoddy buy up here. Tech-9's a couple of P250s. Last time they went for that kind of vent split. 2 through mid, 3 through B. However, not the case this time. Going to be switching up a little, maybe with that mid boost. You got 3 players standing there, so they could go for it. However, Crystal is ready. He's waiting. He's still got a smoke to put into play if he wants to. Buy a little bit more time. And there we go. Smoke comes out. He's perfectly got time. They could push through it. We know they'd like to do those pop flashes through, but you can already see Stavros getting a little ready to watch the push up on short in case they go for it. But Crystal not connecting so well so far. You saw that on A main just a couple of rounds ago. Hopefully he finds a little bit of form.
Got 4 of them pushing in mid. 4 of them trying to work their way up there, covering up Speedway. Strux is backed away. They are ready and waiting for this one. Stavros is the one man that's on there, but look at this. Penta It's just a chicken shoot right now, just completely catching them all out. They know he's in the smoke. They know he's coming around. I don't think they're expecting Chris J to come around the back of him. And it's at a 2v3. If he can get them by surprise, he might catch Stavros out. He does get Stavros down. Now they know they're on short, but that's going to be Spiddy down. Chris J with it all to do. Not going to happen. They come up, double up on him, and Penta get themselves the 7th round on the board. And Crystal kept hold of that AWP. And now the money is really starting to get pretty out of control for Penta. Look at this. You saw a couple of that 10K, 11K in there. This is a real problem. Now, though, we're going to see, I believe, Chris J with an AWP and Dennis with an AWP.
That's interesting. Double AWP coming out to play. Well, I guess they need to make an impact on the board. This is a big round for them. If they lose this, that scoreline starts to spiral away very quickly. So, not sure how I'd put Dennis's AWPing in comparison to Chris J. When Chris J was with Alu, you know, he was the kind of more aggressive one, but Dennis there just taking the stand shot and landing it well. Crystal not on form so far, being dealt with very early on. Good pick.
Oh, Tamsin got a glimpse of God B as well. He knows he's in the corner. Smoked it off already, though. So he's just going to get a couple of shots, and his footsteps may have been heard, so they know he backed away. But while that's happening, it's bought time for Strux to sneak on. Are they going to go for the boost? No, it looks like they will go to A. A is completely open. They're going to go for the boost, though. Penta are going to try and come up behind them.
Oh, God, this could be huge. Oh, and it is. Tabson finds Spiddy. Just that little bit of damage is perfect. They can readjust now. Mousesports looking like they want to speed up that execute towards A. Smokes come in, but you can see already just that spam from Troubley, catching a little bit. Strux going straight in. Gonna find that's next down, and now 2 left standing. And look at this play. Strux just dealing with them one by one. Tabson cleans up. And there's Penta just playing really well, to be fair.
And yeah, I mean, okay, so let's realistically look at this. When you do have a new team, when you're thrown together, your communication is not going to be the best. You're not going to have the best strategic plays. So, realistically, defense probably should be the easier side for you, which is probably why Penta are picking it up. Whereas Mousesports, they're trying to throw out these plays, and it's not working out. Godby yet to pick up a frag yet. Dennis only got the 1 on the board as well. Meanwhile, Tabson, well, he's having a field day. He's at 14 kills already.
Yeah, he's playing so well, and he's going to put himself up in those vents again. Troubley going to be the linchpin on towards B, spots him out. Pop flash comes down. Not ideal. There we go. Underhand throw perfectly does it. Catches all of them. Now he can really go to town. Gets down 1. Runs out of ammo. But look who's here. Tabson comes in. And Mousesports mowed down again. You can see even just that little bit of synergy coming into play for Penta then. It may not be a well-rounded strat, but as players, they can still fit together well. And 9-0. Not the best start for Mousesports in this league.
Yeah, at the end of the day, everybody knows what you're doing on Cash. Everybody's played Cash a million times.
Yeah.
So therefore, it's just simply calling positions at this point. And that's what Penta are doing, and it's working so well for them. They are seemingly reading Mouse very well. Here we go, though. Mouse with a bit of a shoddy buy this time around. Chris J has managed to get himself an AWP once again. We'll see if he can make use of it. He is the top fragger for Mousesports so far, but 9-0. Starting to become a bit of a scary score for Penta. And it's going to be an A push. Strux is going to boost.
But I kind of like this. They put those double smokes in mid to try and bait out it being a B, but still, Penta know what's up. They're getting over towards A, but Chris J being aggressive, pushing out, doing what he does best, but not well enough. Penta stops him in their tracks, and now just Next and God B left alive. God B was lurking in mid, but Next is just stuck in those flames. The bomb's down on A regardless, and he's going to have to commit, and Crystal with the pistol comes up big, and God B 1v3.
I like it. Crystal with the pistol. It's nice. God B is going to be the last man that goes down, and Tabson, well, gets another double on the board. 10-0. We are seeing a score similar to what we saw Dignitas on Cash just a moment ago against Titan. And we thought that was an incredible start for Dignitas, but Penta are matching it right now against their German brethren. And obviously a little bit of blood in the water, I feel, here. Mousesports have really got a lot of work to do. The best they can hope for is a 10-5. They have got rifles, but Chris J, after spending and getting that AWP in the last round, can only afford a Tech 9 this time around.
To be fair, when you said blood in the water, I expected the scout to be with Chris J, but no. Sticking with the Tech 9, AKs all around, otherwise he's going to have to play more of a utility role, I guess, this time for them. We do see that stack towards mid, so they might just go for that execute, try and overwhelm Crystal. A couple of flashes. We do see 2 of them starting to push out. Crystal playing very passively here, not going towards that smoke, not staying close. You can see Strux and Crystal now pushing themselves up towards the back of that truck. So Mousesports so far kind of being corralled towards where they want. Stavros still on site. Crystal right above him. Spots that one, goes for the no-scope, but not going to get it. But the pistol work again comes out big, and through the smoke he got Nex. I didn't even see that coming in, but Crystal is just going to town.
He gets himself a triple. Trying to shoot one, he gets a second. When it's going well for you, it's going well for you. And Penta now 11-0 up against Mousesports. This is a tragedy for Mousesports. This is not the start they wanted. Still, Chris J, the closest to getting to double figures. Nobody near there. Meanwhile, Penta has seen who's on the race. Who's going to get 20 kills first here? We should point out Stavros actually isn't having a great game. He's only got 3 kills, but he's been the man that's just sort of sitting while everybody else is getting all the kills done at B and mid.
Pretty much. He's been holding A well enough.
Yeah.
He's been buying time well enough. You know, he hasn't had to go big just yet, but it might be his time now. Turns away from a predicted flash, doesn't happen, but there's the 2 back-to-back regardless, and just Mousesports.
Job done.
Just being trashed, and look at Strux round the back of the smoke, catching him out. Dennis goes down, and now just Spitty, no bomb plant to be had, and Penta just landing their shots, reading the smokes well, and putting themselves in the right place.
12-0.
Oh, this is awkward, I'm not gonna lie.
This is
like, it's great to see Penta doing well. It could all change around, bearing in mind.
Yep.
Mousesports could finish off with a couple of rounds, and you see it build up on their CT side, but it's still a bit awkward.
Well, it's another double AWP for Mousesports. We'll see if it works out. Chris J and Dennis, once again, going to try things out. Crystal was caught out by Dennis last time they went double AWP. Went for that mid-challenge. This time it seems they're not going to. And that's also going to be Tabson getting up close and personal, actually pushing through mid as well. Troubley also going aggressive, so they're both coming around. Tabson may actually flank around the back of them here. Let's have a look at him. Oh, he tried, but Nex was ready for him.
He was indeed. Let's see what that really affects into this match. 5v4 though. Maybe Mousesports looking for a little bit slower play, not working out. Dennis goes down. That's one of the AWPs removed from the T side. It's the first maybe brought up B push we're going to see. Crystal is there, but he could be caught out. He was a little bit overzealous with that flash peek coming through, and Chris J just wins out in that. Now finally, Mousesports have the advantage.
Oh, Strux has kept himself tucked away. He might be able to get one down. No, didn't quite, but he's bought the information. That grenade will find him. Didn't actually get the kill on towards him. It was Chris J that was low, hiding in the smoke. Will manage to poke himself out. Strux all alone now. This could well be Mousesports' first round. That grenade's going to land straight at his feet. Next will finish him off. And finally, Mousesports get themselves on the board in the 13th round of Askin. Double AWP, not too sure whether it worked out or not. Chris J did get those important kills on the B site nonetheless. But 12-1 is a real struggle, and well, because Penta have built up such a bank, they can afford to buy AWPs and still have 7k in the bank. Yeah,
they're golden. They don't need to worry too much. And Next being quoted saying, it's time to lead a German Counter-Strike team back to the top. Well, it might not be your team at this pace. It might even be Penta.
That's a bit harsh.
But still, no, you got to give them a bit of jip, you know. In these matchups, hey, it's the first time they're playing. In their minds, they're probably not even... They're probably sitting saying, don't worry about the results here. This is too last minute. We'll pick up. We'll work into it. Whereas Penta want to prove a point, and that's the difference here probably. At least in my eyes.
The biggest issue for me is obviously while they're talking about this, obviously they're around going, ooh.
Yeah, maybe we need to get back to that point because already for once Mousesports seem to have the advantage, but Crystal could maybe stop anyone crossing towards Next on the bomb site, but bomb has gone down. Troubley the closest to it really. Flashes come through. Maybe predicting a little bit more pressure from that. And Chris J in a very cheeky spot. Get himself towards Squeaky, going to open that up, look towards shot, not going to find anything. But Spitty round the backside as well. This guy's going to be coming around flanking in the end. He's going to just pounce and take down 2 as Next will chime in with 1. And the A execute slowly beginning to work when they're getting these opening picks.
Yeah, it's finally getting themselves something, and that's, well, put a dent in Penta, but it doesn't matter. It's the last round of the half. And I'm going to stick with that double AWP. So maybe this is something the Mouse wanted when they made these changes. Like, you know, we want to build into this double AWP. We want somebody that's capable of doing this. Part of their tactic, when Chris J is one of the major mouthpieces on Mousesports in terms of like what he has to say, what goes on in that team, clearly it's something they felt that's required, which is interesting when you look at obviously the other teams. You're thinking of Fnatic, they actually haven't used the double AWP for a while.
Yeah, it could be just Mouse trying to find their footing, bearing in mind when they had Alu, or Chris J and Alu had a wonderful kind of complementary style. So maybe looking for that again. Yeah. Just something they want to keep.
Maybe they shouldn't have kicked Alu.
I don't think you could really try and keep Alu when NIP are knocking on your door.
It was before NIP though. It was 3D Max he went to. So anyway, that aside, Crystal does get himself the opening kill on Dennis, and the challenge this time from Crystal going aggressive on A main is what works out for them. That Molly's going to slow things down. Mouse, though, have got themselves a bit of mid-control here. With Crystal being in A main, they know that he's not covering off this spot. They're going to smoke out tabseN once again. And he's being kept away, and it's going to be a little move through the vents. Already hear the shots rattling in there. tabseN has got himself in position. Does catch a glimpse, backs away, is going to get caught out. Flash just tries a couple of loose shots, not going to work out for him. Spiddy's got the B side open.
Yeah, but they might not predict Troubly getting there. When that flash came in, he moved towards the site. Finally, GodB takes him down, but that was a dangerous situation. Crystal gets dealt with around the back by Chris J. And Stavros in just a bad position now. Surely not going to be able to make anything work here. Bomb just about going down, going for the repeat. Does actually take Chris J very low. Gonna pop flash towards site. Catching Chris J a touch. Nade could do the damage. It does. Now 1v1. Oh, Stavros, it was close, but not close enough. And halftime scoreline, I'm not sure.
Was it an important round? Well, GoTV's just said nope.
Hello again.
Nope, it doesn't want to do it. It doesn't like the halves, does it? It doesn't like the halves. Second time it's done that one on us. But 12-3. I feel like we're almost repeating ourselves on this one. It was 13-2 for Dignitas against Titan, I believe. 12-3 this time around. It's possible that Penta could go and mess it up, but Mousesports would need to come out, A, with the pistol, and B, very strongly after the pistol to try and get something going on here. Crazy, crazy stuff.
Yeah. It's going to be kind of interesting to see, when the tables turn now. Is there going to be a strong side from Penta coming out on the T-half? That's the bigger thing, more than anything else, is what can they pull together now? If they have a better showing, then that just shows Mousesports are in a bit of a shambles so far, and Penta just maybe work together a little bit better. But Chris J just going to say no to that.
Single pop. Well, Penta pushing on through there. They've got themselves another down. Troubly is going to try and push on through. They're trying to chase, but it's a 3-on-2. They do manage to get GodB down on B site. And now with that smoke down, it should keep them at bay. Chris J is the man that's lurking around there with Spiddy. And this is such an important round for Mousesports. They need to get something building on the CT side. Troubly is just playing distraction right now because look at Stavros.
Not working.
I think it is. I think it is. They're going to... Well, if they both go vents, it absolutely will work. But it should have enough time to travel across there. Will they hear the plant? No, they won't because they're the other side. But now they know it's A side. Now we're going to see Troubly. Troubly's going to try and back around. He might actually catch them out.
No, he's just going to get round to the back and he'll be fairly safe. Chris J going to just try and hunt him down, but time is of the essence. That bomb is going to be taken away and there's no defuse kit on Mouse. So any time board is perfect, and Troubly already taken down one is big. And now Spiddy doesn't have much time to work with here. Going to go straight for this and switches up. Surely not going to get it. Troubly denies. And brilliant play from Troubly again. 4 kills in a pistol round.
Yeah, and played distracting very well, and that was really worked for Penta there. As soon as the smoke was down, I'm like, yeah. Let's go for a risky complete rotation here and get that plant down. 13-3. Pistol picked up, and that puts Mousesports in a dire situation. We did see... No, tell a lie. No, Titan actually won the pistol round, then they lost the second, didn't they? But Penta got just the one SMG for tabseN. I think he's going to be out for blood. I think he's going to be looking for more kills here.
Yeah, he's in the position to do so. He's just waiting out that smoke, but... To be fair, those 5.7s are pretty darn good at range, so he might actually struggle a little bit, maybe. But we'll see. Penta taking their time. Just want to see what Mousesports are up to. Are they going to go aggressive? Are they trying to stack sites? Can we get any information early on? And, well, they're gathering a little bit, and that's all that matters. As long as Penta just take their time now, they don't want to lose these rifles. They do have 2 here. And they haven't quite given away the fact that they have an AK in play yet, either.
Yeah, next is... the one that was lurking in checkers. Strux is trying to go for the distractions. I think they're going to maybe try and boost over this one. Nobody were ready waiting for them in the mid there. So Penta will get themselves mid-control. Now what are they going to do with it? That's the question. It's going to be an A push, I feel. No, straight through vents, but Nex was ready and waiting for the drop.
Yeah, great shot from Nex in with that 5.7, and it looks like more are lining up for this. This is quite a dangerous place to be playing towards, and already round mid, you've got Spiddy pushing up round the back. They're pretty much cornered in here. Penta could be in a bit of trouble if they don't land these shots on fast, and there comes Spiddy, gets one. Chris J gets the second, and now Penta are down to 2.
Straight away, make it that 1 because Troubly's all alone, and Spiddy gets himself a triple, pops down in the vents there. Beautifully done, and Mousesports. We were talking about how the second round sometimes is lost to the, and it just seems so often, honestly, in CS at the moment. So often we see team that wins that important pistol round, or not so important pistol rounds it may well be coming, losing out. Mousesports got themselves a cobbled up buy here. We'll see what they can do. Chris J, MP9, going to be trying to run in there. Let's see where he's going to go with it. He's thought about going aggressive, but he's not going to be pushing out B. It's going to be an A-site push, nonetheless. Spitty all alone there at the moment.
Yeah, we Spitty on the receiving end. They've got a fair bit of utility as well. With those smokes and flashes in hand, they can actually do a fairly decent execute. But I'm not sure if the guns can quite keep up. I'm wondering if they're going to get a plant from this. Strux and Stavros waiting by Squeaky. Spitty is the man on the front lines. Nice little counter flashes coming to play. Good work there, slowing down the two in main. But they're still going to make their push through. And Mousesports being very respective of this. They're going to back out, be very cautious, and then play for the retake quite possibly.
Chris J just checking nobody's going to be boosting in there. It's safe. Dennis in a good position, boosting on high. There's the plant. Still got 5 alive. Can they keep one down? Yes, they will. Stavros manages to find Dennis, knocks him off high. Spitty trying to pin the last one. He's over on Forklift, but 3 of them all around sight there. Spitty gets one, Godby gets the other. And Spitty was ready for that. The rotation coming around the back there. It's a good clear out for Mouse in the end. Once that smoke cleared. But more importantly, Godby picked himself up a kill with the MP9, I think, in there. That'll do well for the bank of Mousesports. 13-5 still the score. Plenty to play for Penta. Mousesports starting to finally get a little bit of comfort on CT side.
Yeah, just a touch. The T side don't have a great deal to work with money-wise, so it might just be the P250's Tech 9 sort of deal again. So want to see what they do with it. 2 smokes, 2 flashes. Might just be the same A play, to be fair, and just see if they can stick it better. They did get a bomb down, which is the important part. So once again, Spitty going to be lining up that smoke, dropping out towards main, and Penta now just going to have to wait for the right time to pounce. Godby is getting quite aggressive in mid, though. He might start noticing there's no one there, so you could see maybe a boost coming out in the end, or just a very quick rotation towards A.
It's left Spitty fairly isolated. Dennis is with him. Spitty with Molly in hand, ready to catch anyone pushing through the door there. Look at that, he's lined up ready. He's like, nope, okay, I know you're here. Not falling for it. Buys time, rotation coming. Penta just about keeping out of the flames there. Stavros not taking too much damage. Spitty on quad. Is he going to do the damage? Yes, he is. He's going to line up 1. Dennis gets himself a 2. Troubly in the corner. He can't do a great deal from that position. And it is just Crystal will be the final man to drop. And Mousesports have themselves a very clean defensive round there. 13-6 as the rounds start to claw away. It's not quite as desperate position that Titan found themselves in. At, I think it was around about 15-6, I think it was they reached to. So it's not beyond the realms of possibilities, but Mousesports have to have themselves a very good CT half here. Yeah,
they now need to get that kind of confidence in the gun rounds. This is the first big gun round we're seeing. So we've got the AWP with Crystal. We've got, you know, full buy-up coming out from the CTs. No AWP, though, coming out for Chris J. And Spitty taking massive amount of damage, down to 41 HP just from those nades coming out very early on from the T side. So 1 minute and 20 seconds on the board. Penta have a lot of time to work with. They've already got Spitty very low. That's not a bad way to begin. But Godby and Dennis once again in mid, looking to get in that very aggressive control quite early on.
Oh, Thompson just caught out a little bit on that grenade coming through. Still waiting for the drop. I'm trying to see who it was that was actually in there. I think it's Godby, isn't it, that's waiting? Yep. No footsteps being heard, though. They're all creeping around. Penta not making a noise as they make their way in towards A site. And it's very defensive passiveness from Mousesports as they sit back. That flash will catch them all as they push through. Dennis not quite covering the right angle, but sitting, lurking in the smoke. Still nobody going in his direction, and he's ready to pounce.
Yeah, and he's just about missing people as they cross through that smoke. He could have maybe seen the feet of a couple, and Troubly gonna have to be cautious. I don't think they expect Dennis to be there. He held his position so long, they didn't expect it. And now from every single angle, Mousesports gonna start folding back in. Godby's at Squeaky, already got Dennis up by that forklift, and Tabson tries to push through, find some sort of calm, but nothing to be found. Now they have to fight from the spot, and it's not gonna work. Penta just get overwhelmed with Mousesports pushing back in.
So, 7th round on the board for Mousesports. Is it possible? Can they do it? They're certainly starting to pick up plenty of rounds back to back here. And you just saw it there, Chris J managed to hold on and survive. The money building up pretty impressively for the whole of Mousesports. Penta are going to go for a buy here, I feel. Well, no, actually, they're going to hold on. They're going to save. It is going to be a pistol.
Yeah, and Chris J actually opting to give the AWP over towards Dennis, who's been playing around short the whole time, then kind of supplementing A when required. But it looks like Dennis, with that maybe slightly better spawn, going to go for that opening peek. He doesn't manage to connect, but he might have caught a glimpse of Troubley, maybe. Not too sure there. But still, Troubley just going to hold his own. And the rest of Mousesports just kind of kicking back, waiting for anything to happen. And Penta, in this sort of buy, just maybe want to get a bomb plant more than anything. And they're getting fairly close to it.
But Dennis is ready. That grenade's going to find its target. A little bit of armor on most of these players should be enough to resist it. Dennis is going to get himself into quad, but look at Penta, they're piling in there. Haven't quite checked the corner, and now they're going to find Dennis. Oh, they do manage to catch him in the corner, almost team killing each other, trying to cover it off. But that's given the AWP across to Crystal. That grenade will do damage along with the molly from Mouse. Now they're going to try and go for that retake, and this, here you go, there is the molly. Chris J getting a burnout there. Next also going down. Troubley gets himself one, gets himself two, not quite enough with the P250 to keep them at bay.
Yeah, but then again, you know, Penta aren't doing too badly. They keep getting close to this, and Mousesports on their retakes have been very, very strong. And look at this, Chris J going in for the auto sniper, so fancying himself that. He's got a hell of a lot of money to work with. He'd been kind of opting away from the AWP for a little while. So I wonder if he's going to still be playing B, or if they're maybe going to switch up, not too sure. He's been sitting over by that B site, and Dennis has been playing short at the moment, but he's looking like he wants to go there again.
You know what, I don't think Tabson's got a kill in the T side yet. He's on 17, I'm pretty sure he was on that back on the CT side. So while he had a great run of it, as we mentioned, maybe slightly better in the defense. Crystal, though, taking down Dennis, who was pushing up through Squeaky there. A little aggressive for Mousesports, and that may well keep them low on B, but it's on A side, but it's B side that the bomb is currently moving towards. Chris J actually with the auto sniper will get found by Troubley. And now they have themselves a whole group of options. They can go A or B. They've already managed to lower the numbers. Which way will they choose?
We're going to find out in 50-odd seconds, and then they're not rushing it. This is the first time we're seeing the slow play not hindering them as well. Last time they kind of got overwhelmed. This time, though, finding those picks very well. However, Spiddy and God B starting to choose to push up towards mid. There is a player just around that corner. The boost could be perfectly timed, or it could be a huge downfall. I don't think they realize Spiddy gently crouches up. I don't think he made a footstep. I think they didn't hear it if he did, and now he's going to pounce around the backside. He does catch at least a glimpse of one, but it wasn't enough. He did not get the shot, and I think they may have heard that footstep in the end, and the bomb should go down, and I doubt Next can do anything here.
I'm pretty sure Troubley heard it. Troubley immediately moved around to get the man that boosted as well. He immediately pushed out. So this is going to be a solid round for Penta, and that means problems, woes for Mousesports. They had enough money. But remember, Chris J went for an auto sniper in this round. It hasn't yet been recovered either, so that's been left. So there was a lot of money expended by Mousesports coming into this one. They should be okay to go for a buy in the next round, but more importantly, the rounds are ticking away from them. 13-8, and that's going to be 14-8 in just a moment. As Nex, I believe, is going to get hunted down here. I think we're going to see Troubley come around the corner in a moment, but he's going to be dropped, and he will hold on to that AK.
So T-side that time just working out those opening picks more than anything. It wasn't beyond that, and then that slow play finally paying off, and it just seemed to work really nicely. So 14-8, Mousesports have built themselves back into this game, though. They can still get that buy going. The save gun will be thrown around, and they should be able to cobble something together, which they've done, and it's fairly comfortable. Still got the mollies there, still have all the utility work that they need to get themselves into this game again. But still, this is one round away from Penta to be on match point, which is the bigger factor here, but can they once again work out that opening pick? Crystal extraordinarily passive towards that B push, maybe expecting Chris J or Next to start pushing up.
No. We heard the vents pop, but nobody's going to be dropping through. That's just simply a check there. I can tell you, of course, while we are seeing Penta versus Mousesports right now, following this will be Penta versus Envious, and it has been confirmed for 9 o'clock. So we'll see whether this is Penta simply getting the better of Mousesports, or whether they have maybe improved with this somewhat last-minute thrown together lineup. Who knows? Envious certainly will be a challenge for them, but right now in this matchup, 14-8 is the score on cash. And Penta, after a very good 12-3 first half, are starting to meet some pretty tricky resistance from Mousesports. But after picking up the final, last round, If they can get this one, it may well just break the bank of Mousesports.
Could do, but Penta this time aren't being gifted these opening kills. Mousesports sitting substantially deeper, a lot more passive. Gonna make it very hard work, and Stavros yet to commit with the bomb anywhere. You can see Penta looking for options, but with 30 seconds left, they need to make up their minds. They need to make a play. Maybe trying to push Mousesports to focus in towards A. The fake play has begun, but the bomb is by B. Nex and Chris J are still there. They need to be able to take these players away. And what, 20 seconds, this is a very last-minute play, and Nex knows what's going on. Now that perfect flash comes out from Chris J, slowing him down again. This is going to be so last-minute. Nex awaits, he put down the nade. I'm not sure why he went for that. They need to be able to cross. 4 seconds is the bomb plant time, and they don't have the time for it. They're going to back out.
Or they could get the kills. No, they don't get it at the time. And that is it. Wow, Penta just delayed, and gave Mousesports the round. Not very often you see them running the timeout a little too late there. Navi style almost, but Navi don't even do that anymore. They've even speeded up. So Penta, well, they had a very good 12-3 first half, are starting to let the rounds get a little too close to for comfort here.
I can't disagree with that. I think maybe just seeing, the difference between a well-rounded team and selling cobbled together is letting that time run out. They actually almost won out on A, which they clearly didn't expect to, but then a little bit stumped to the B side. But still, once again, we're seeing that early focus towards B from Penta. Doesn't really account to much. It doesn't seem to work out too much, but they seem to like to begin there. See if maybe Chris J pushes, see if they can catch Nex off, but not the case once again. And Mousesports playing this quite cautiously so far. And Chris J going to be running the AWP rather than Dennis this time. And he's playing quite passively with it as Crystal is going to start looking.
So Crystal smokes it. He gets himself a look. Trying to force anyone out there. And as you mentioned, there was that boost that Chris J was doing earlier at the truck. I didn't see who it was that was actually doing it himself. Was it Temps?
Strux.
It was Strux, was it? There was Strux that was over that. Well, the rotate back towards A is slowly coming from Penta. Mousesports, no information on this one, just sheer feeling. Spiddy, the only man over here at the moment. He's got Dennis just nearby. But Penta are very much in position. There's the steps, there's the smokes, there's the mollies. Now they're going into A side. Yeah,
Spiddy's going to have to try and hold firm here. He actually goes aggressive to try and slow him down. He gets one, but still, the T-side are pushing on. Dennis and Godby are very close to stopping this, but not close enough.
They managed to get one down. Crystal's going to find another. That's going to be Godby. This is problems for Mousesports. Just 2 left. Chris J's going to try and go for it. He's got the AWP. They've not really got the money for this one. That's why they have to be defensive, but they're going to go for the retake. They don't have the rounds left to be passive. Nex is going to get that molly down. It's going to work wonders. It's going to force them out to the left-hand side. Not quite enough, and Tabson will get himself the kill. Struck's now going to go hunting for Chris J. He's already gone there, getting the hell out of there, but they are tracking him. Tabson, he's coming looking.
Yeah, they're all going hunting for this guy, but I'm not sure if anyone's going to get there in time. He might just be pressured by Strux. Oh, he's been spotted, and he does get taken down. That is the AWP gone away from Mousesports. And Penta get themselves on 15 rounds. And look at the money left with the CT side. It's not great. Mousesports have proven how good and how potent they are with these pistols, but it doesn't mean it's going to work out this time. I'm hoping we can see something come out from them, though, because Penta suddenly, working on those late executes, really working well.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic stuff. 16-8 was the first score. I think it was 16-8. I think it was the Dignitas managed to reach. And this could well be a 16-9 as Mousesports with just a single M4 in their hands.
They're speeding up as well. This is going to throw off the pacing a touch. Penta going to go straight in towards this, but Dennis is there. 5-7 in hand, gets down one. He's surely going to get the second. Perfect play. Oh. Not going to get the AWP to follow. And now 3v2. Penta have the odds against them, but they do still have those guns.
Stavros with an important double there. He's got the support, but Strux has gone down, and Stavros has got it all to do. He's going to have to pull off an ace here. Doesn't go for the plant, instead manages to get the kill. Gets himself a second. That's incredible stuff. Could he pull off the ace? Chris J, the only man that started the round with a rifle for Mousesports. Stavros smokes himself out there. Chris J is going to try and creep up there. Stavros is not expecting this. He doesn't realize he's already crossed. He's going to peek across there. He's not looking. He's not expecting anyone to be in that corner. Now, Chris J manages to catch them out, gets that defuse kit, and will manage to hold off for Mousesports. But that was so close for Penta, almost taking the game against Mousesports.
That was far too close for comfort. But then again, credit to Mousesports turning it around on an eco. They had, what, one gun with Chris J? Everyone else was, forcing themselves up with those 5.7s. Credit to them, they're so good at these rounds. But now I need to see, can they do it with the guns? Spitty, again, is down to very little. Only has that 5.7 with him currently. That could play a huge factor. He's been doing great on towards that A site, but I don't know if he can keep that up with just this beside him. On the other hand, T side have got a good buy.
A crucial double as well from Dennis there with that 5.7 early on in the round, which is what did the damage on Penta. Penta themselves, once again, having a little peek in that mid, seeing if they can find anything. I think it's Troubley that's causing himself some problems, and he's actually got next down over on B site. So that's maybe an entry they can think of. It's a mere distraction. Crystal actually popping a smoke of his own there. Dennis unsure of what's coming towards him. He got flashed out as well, so trying to force a bit of a rotate maybe for Mousesports, and it is actually working. Godby's making his way up there. Not going to get pulled too much. Troubley and Tabson pulling back to mid. They're going to go for the boost. Crystal's going to get a peek. And he may well find someone peeking because Spitty is there in mid.
Oh, this is dangerous, Penta.
Tell her he's not.
They're running the clock low again. We saw what happened last time, and there's still a little bit of utility with Mousesports to slow them down, but Troubley's still fighting this one out. Chris J's going to be the last line of defense on this B site.
Troubley with 2 on B site already. Chris J, are they going to be expecting him here? I'm not too sure. Gets himself 1. That's the bomb down. Rest of the team rotate, but it's only Godby remaining. He gets pinned off in upper, and that will be